Have you ever had a coworker who claims that their communication skills are better than yours, yet in the back of your mind you're always thinking of how they cut you off when you speak and how they oftentimes use inappropriate language during work emails? We all know somebody like that, and I've had a coworker like that. One who thinks that their communication skills or work-related skills are better than what they actually are. And while it's good to have a high level of self-confidence, that self-confidence should never cloud our ability to take an objective look at ourselves and our shortcomings. Hi, my name's Jesus, and in this video presentation, I'm going to be discussing my lowest ILLiad score, the one with the highest gap, which is communication. In this video, I'm going to be discussing my plan to improve my communication skill, why I think my plan will work for me, and lastly, my time frame for implementing that plan. So let's get started. The beauty about working on our communication skills is that we can practice them basically every day in any given situation. As human beings, we're engaging with other human beings on a daily basis. And so for me, the plan that I have selected is to work on my communication skills with everyone at my work. Everyone from my supervisor to my employees to my customers, the HR woman, everyone at my work, all of my coworkers, they're going to be my communication guinea pigs. And so that's what I plan on doing. And with them, I'm going to be touching up on the following skills, including but not limited to. So eye contact. I have a tendency to look away, as I might do in this video, when people are talking to me, and that's something I'm definitely going to be working on when I'm engaging with people at my work. Body posture. I'm trying very hard in this video to not flail my arms around, but I know that I have a tendency to do things like that and, just do a lot of hand movements, unnecessary hand movements. And that's something I definitely can work on. Facial expressions, I can definitely work on my facial expressions. I know that people have told me that my facial expressions don't always match up with what I'm telling them. So that's something I'm definitely going to be working on with all of my coworkers. Appropriate language. As the textbook mentions, it's important to analyze your audience. And by that, what that means is, what are you getting from this conversation? Is this subject matter appropriate to be talking about with this person? Some of the things that you talk about with your friends might not be some of the things you want to talk about with your mother. But with that being said, analyzing your audience is important, and it's something that I'm going to be doing with my coworkers when I'm talking about certain things. And, another thing that I might work on is listening. I can definitely improve my listening skills because I have a tendency for my mind to wander when people are talking to me. And I don't mean that to be rude or disrespectful. It's just that when people tell me certain bits of information, I tend to focus on that one bit of information and sort of forget about everything else that they told me in that conversation. So I'm definitely going to be working on my listening skills, working on what it is they tell me and really listening to them and taking it to heart and giving them appropriate feedback. So why do I think this plan will work? Why do I think that, my plan to work on my communication skills at work will do me good? For one, it's practical. I spend about 6 days at work, and unfortunately I spend more time at work than I do with my loved ones. But the good thing about that is it'll give me plenty of time to work on my communication skills with everyone at every level of my job. Like I said, from my coworkers to my supervisors to my employees and customers. I'm going to have many opportunities at work to work on my communication skills. It's very practical, right? Rather than me watching a video or reading a book about how to improve my communication skills, I can actually practice them, in a professional business setting at my job. So that's why I think my plan will work. It's practical, and like I said, I spend much time at work, so it's going to give me plenty of opportunities to practice my communication skills while at work. Lastly, my time frame for putting my plan into action is I plan on graduating with my bachelor's from CSU Fresno by the year 2020, and within 3 years, I will have had many opportunities to work on my communication skills. And while 3 years isn't a very long time, and in the grand scheme of things, it's plenty of time to work on my communication skills. Because as is the case with all of my peers, we plan on having a solid career by the time we graduate, or after we graduate, I should say. So by then, I will have had many opportunities to work on my communication skills while at work. And once I enter my, ultimate career, I will, have had many times to brush up on my communication skills, and I'll have opportunities to think back, how I can improve and what I did to improve, while I'm implementing my current plan. So I'm going to start as soon as today. Tomorrow when I go back to work, I'm going to be working on my communication skills. And as my father often tells me, self-improvement is a lifelong journey, and it's something that we're going to continue to do till the day we die. And that's something I definitely plan on doing with my communication skills. So I'm very thankful that I was able to have the opportunity to participate in the ILLiad assessment. And with that assessment and those results, I'm going to take those to heart and I'm definitely going to improve on my communication skills. Thank you.